Hi, how are you doing? Today I'm gonna talk to you guys about my experience on this boat, the MSC SeaShore. Um, I just recently took a trip. It's October 2022, and I actually did a 14-day, two back-to-back cruises, Eastern and Western Caribbean. Just to disclose, this is my number 27th cruise overall. Second cruise that I have been with MSC. The first one was the Divina in 2017 when it was kind of brand new. And now this time on the MSC SeaShore. Um, I booked a cabin that it's in the 15th floor with the Aria experience. For you guys that don't know much about MSC kind of sells its rooms through three different experiences. The what they call Bella, uh, then it's the Fantastica, and then they have the Aria, and after the Aria comes the Yacht Club. So the Aria, we chose it because we like to go to the spa. I enjoy a lot going to the spa, and I always try to get a spa package that comes with a room. So that was my primordial reason why I got the Aria balcony stateroom. But there's some perks that kind of comes with the Aria experience. One of them is priority check-in, which in my experience was a disaster. Um, there was a line only for Aria guests, separated from like regular guests. The line was moving much slower than the line of the general, boarding. And then when we got our Sea Pass card, and we were ready to board, uh, all the people in groups 1, 2, and 3 were boarding already, so it was a chaos going into the main boarding door. But Aria is supposed to board in a different area. Supposedly, that's what includes the Aria experience. So I actually went to ask on a door that I saw some people that got in from the area staterooms that were also in line in the area check-in, and the guard shoved the door so hard into my face, and she pretended like she was not listening to me. And I was like, "Excuse me, I just want to ask you a question. I don't want to get in. I just want to ask you a question." She didn't care. It was the rudest person that I have ever encountered, and that's what the Aurea experience for me meant. It went so bad and so disrespectful that I was very close to just not boarding and forgetting about the whole cruise. And then I asked for her name because obviously I just wanted to report her with somebody. And of course, she was in the other side of the window. She covered her badge and never gave me her name. So, anyways, frustrated, we got back. There was this avalanche of people coming in the regular door. We asked another MSC because they have like terminal employees and they have people from the boat that comes down and assist, and they directed us to the yacht club entrance, and we finally boarded. But at this point, it was a really bad start of the cruise for me. Once on board, things got a little bit smoother. We got, I don't drink, so I got the easy package, non alcoholic, and it worked pretty well. I mean, you get with that any non alcoholic type of drink. Uh, I don't understand why MSC does like their drinking packages in certain bars, but there's some other bars that is not included, and also in specialty restaurants is not included, and some type of ice cream is included, but some other not. And this Aria experience has been chopped down so much that you're very confused when you sail because you don't know what's still on and what isn't, and it just feels very frustrating to be rejected everywhere. So I don't know why MSC does this, because I mean, if you're gonna get drinks, of course, that's why you're buying the package, because you want to have that freedom of just grabbing a drink, whenever you feel like it. And here you have to be guessing which bars take it and which bars don't. So that's a little bit annoying when you're trying, to relax, and then you want to drink, and then you realize, well, I don't know if I can get it here or get it there. And, you know, uh, bartenders are very busy. So a lot of times, you have to wait a long time just to ask them, listen, can I get a drink here or not? So that was pretty annoying. Besides that, the drinking package, I think the price was good, and the drinks were pretty good. We had the Aria area has up here there, all this area right here is reserved for the Aria guests, and the bar that is located here has two bartenders. They were amazing. Cheers for what was her name, Maricela and Shakir. They were really, really great during our stay, or when we went up there to the deck 19, which is the Aria deck. Another thing about this deck is that it's supposed to be for Aria people that have paid that extra to have a kind of a private balcony or area, not balcony, but an area with two hot tubs. It's all the way up here on the ship, and it has this division and this other division. And there's two hot tubs right here, supposedly only for the Aria people. But the problem is that there's doors that you can swipe your card, and if you have the package, then the door will open and you will be able to come in. Once you're in, nobody checks if you're from Aria or not, unless you request towels. But the problem here is that those doors didn't keep shut. Or a lot of people, they were just, kind of finding a place to sunbathe. Somebody from the area will come out, and they will just wait and get in and take over the Aria space. In my experience, in the first sailing, it was a little bit better, but in the second one, the Aria area was so crowded that we actually ended up not going to the Aria area that we paid, because there were people from all over. We knew they were not from the Aria cabins, because actually they told me when I was in the hot tub, they say, oh, we just got in, and this place is a little bit emptier, so we just got a big group here of 10 people, and these people will open the door for more people to come in and more people to come in. So I'm not saying everybody has a right to enjoy, but I think if you're paying a little bit extra for having that experience of being a little bit quiet and having a chair available for you, because you actually are paying for it, and then that experience is not exclusive for Aria guests, and they just you feel kind of cheated that you pay for a premium service and you're not getting premium. You're getting like what everybody else is getting. So I don't know. There was also some people that made friends, for example, and had two friends, a couple made 6 friends that they just invited to the area, and they opened the door, obviously, and all of them came in. And then, as I said, then when you are an Aria guest, you don't have an Aria space to be in. So it's very, very frustrating. On top of that, it's supposed to be a spa relaxing package that comes with it. And it's not for adults only, like in Carnival, that they have the Serenity area to be a little bit away. The Aria is for all the families and anybody that is supposedly staying in that cabin. But as I said, a lot of kids that come out of the sled, they just come in and go to those tubs. So yeah, it's I don't know, MSC should maybe the pool attendants should notify, like for example, if you bring a guest, you will be charged $20 to use the Aria experience or something. I don't know. There must be a way that they should keep that place, manage the place a little bit better, I think. Because as I said, then people are just going to feel like they got cheated when they were promised something that is not delivered. And then why would you pay? We pay actually $900 extra per trip just for the Aria experience, and it was a disaster. It was not what we expected to be a quiet, relaxing area for Aria guests only. Um, our stateroom. Our stateroom was nice. I like that decoration. The MSC ships have a feeling of luxury with the Swarovski stairways. They are, I think, decorated pretty nice. The crew made an awesome job. The room attendant, they still do your room twice a day, because my last two cruises before this one was in the Carnival Mardi Gras and the Carnival Horizon, and they just make your room once a day and that's it. MSC still does too, which is really nice. And a room attendant was really, really nice. He always was trying to accommodate. We had a problem that the first week there was no shampoo in our shower. And we talked to a room attendant and say, excuse me, we don't have shampoo and we didn't bring any. So they go like, oh, I'm sorry, the boat is out of shampoo. How can a boat be out of shampoo? It's, especially when you're in the Aria class, because like Carnival ships, for example, they give you different type of toiletries for the people that are staying in Spa Cloud 9 cabins. You get that LMS, that it's supposed to be a little bit more upscaled or more spa oriented. Well, we didn't get anything. It was totally empty, our jar of shampoo, with nothing. So I actually had to call guest services and tell them to please find us some shampoo, because apparently, according to the room attendant, there was none on the ship. So finally, on the third or fourth day, they found us some shampoo. But those are little things that any hotel kind of manages. How can a hotel be out of essential things like toilet paper or like shampoo or like soap? That's, I don't know, that is a little bit of contradictory when you're trying to upscale your product. But besides that, as I said, nice. The room has some channels that are in different languages. You get to have movies, but contrary to Carnival, for example, Carnival lets you have some paid movies and some free movies if you want to, just enjoy a movie in your cabin. MSC doesn't have any free movies at all. Everything is paid, which, I mean, it's just a decision, but it will be nice if they will have, some free movies. A lot of times, even when you're watching free movies, then it's easier for you to buy sometimes a paid movie because you like the experience. You're already like relaxing in your cabin or something. But yeah, MSC doesn't have any free like picked programming. Then the balconies, our stateroom, as I said, was nice. The room attendant was on top of everything. We got the robes. We got a bottle of champagne that came with the Aria experience. As I said, I don't drink, but it was a good detail, or a good compliment from the ship. And then the pool area, as I said, very crowded. There was both of our sailings were fully booked. So imagine if the Aria place was packed, the rest of the ship was packed as well. And the other thing that I don't understand is they didn't lay out all the sun chairs. They just did like kind of a half and left half of the decks empty. So people had to physically go untie the chairs and try to take chairs to put them down when they could have just lay down all the chairs if they have a full booked cruise and you have sea days. I mean, that's just logical, right? But yeah, I don't know. MSC didn't do this either. Uh, Maybe they didn't have enough pool attendants. Maybe that's the way they think that they will save some space. I really don't know the answer of this, but this is what happened in our sailing. The dining room, we had anytime dining. It was nice. The food, actually, I have looked at videos here that they kind of talk that MSC food doesn't have too much flavor and not too many options. In my case, and in my experience, for me, it was fine. It was even, I will say, good. I liked their food. We had an excellent waiter too. His name was Princeton, and he was funny and on top of everything. And even though we had different time seatings, he always will try to, get us and accommodate us. So that makes the experience even better. If he didn't, found something that we liked, he will suggest some other things that sometimes were not even in the menu. So he was very, very accommodating and really nice. Also, his bar server or his helper, Kenson, was really, really good and on top of everything. So that was nice. The experience in the main dining room, I really don't have much negative things to say about it. With the drinking package, you can get drinks there, so it's nice because they always give you bottled water, and it feels upscaled. And something that I liked about MSC that Carnival stopped doing is the dining room looks much more elegant because it has tablecloths and like flowers on top of the table and everything. So that makes it look a little bit classier. Carnival, I don't know why in the main dining rooms they just dropped tablecloths, and their tables look like a kind of a cafeteria type. They don't look very elegant. I think that touch of elegancy and sophistication is lost on main dining rooms in Carnival, at least in my experience. And it's nice to see like a well put together table for a nice fancy dinner. The specialty restaurants, we did the 4 package. That means that we got to choose 4 different specialty restaurants. We did teppanyaki, we did Butcher's Cut, which is the steakhouse. We did local tacos, and the other one was the Ocean K bar. Ocean K, I'm sorry, restaurant, which is the seafood specialty restaurant. I also saw that some people did videos prior to a cruise that the menu sometimes had in the main dining room filet mignon, and when you buy that package, when you buy that package, you have a limited menu that you can choose from. You can get more expensive cuts, for example, at the steakhouse, but you have to pay, and they will just charge you half of what the price is. So let's say a T-bone will be $70; they will charge you $35. So people were complaining about that you're paying extra to get the same type of food that you will get eventually in the main dining room. But actually, I noticed that the filet mignon, for example, that you get a filet mignon as well for a formal night with lobster tail in the main dining room. The type of, even though both of them said in the menu, a filet mignon, the filet mignon at the Butcher's Cut was much, much, much better. It was a total different, I will say, flavor and quality. And also, at the specialty restaurants, they give you special sauces to put in it. And so I really was not disappointed. I mean, I had a good dining experience, even though it was a limited menu. But for me, it kind of met the expectations. It was kind of a nice, elegant atmosphere with kind of good food, or not kind of good food, with good food. So I really don't have any complaints about that too. The teppanyaki, um, you get also to upgrade a little bit if you want like lobster tail in your teppanyaki dinner. So we actually did, and it was nice. It was not expensive, and we had a really fun time. Um, the embarkation, like in ports where you need to use tenders, uh, can be a little bit chaotic. And one thing that MSC does very slow is like when you present your onboarding the ship and you present your sea pass, the computer for whatever reason takes a long time to show your picture on the computer, so that makes that the line backtracks a lot. I don't know why. I hope that MSC will perfect their system in the future, but yeah, it made the lines go a little bit slower. It's not like Royal Caribbean or Carnival that it's immediate, like bleep, and automatically you're out. You're out. This made it a little bit slower. So when you have tenders and a very slow process of the embarkation can become really chaotic. When you're in the ARIA experience, also you get to have priority boarding and tenders. So you will meet in a certain restaurant, and then they will take you before that when that the first tender boat or whichever tender boat arrives. They will put first the ARIA guests, and then they will let the general public get in. So that was a nice touch. That because the line for Grand Cayman was ridiculous to get off the ship, and we got off when we chose that it was after breakfast, like around 9:30, 10. No, around probably 10ish. I don't remember exactly at what time we arrived, but it was like 2 hours after we arrived, or an hour, and there was still big lines to onboard the ship. So it was nice to have that priority. What else can I see? The show entertainment. I think since we did the Divina in 2017, a lot of people also were complaining about opera and very generic type of entertainment, because there's so many languages or so many people with different ethnicities and languages that they will like different things. But I think they adapted the SeaShore to American type of what they like, which is kind of musicals slash pop rock catchy songs. So it was a good mixture, and actually they mix also the singing or their singing performances with some acrobatic type of Cirque du Soleil performers. So I like the twist. I like how they did it. I was entertained, and I really don't have also anything bad to say about the entertainment. I think it was good for what it is. In Carnival, you get comedians, but here a comedian will be very, even though we did have a comedian on the last night at the main theater, and it was a good show, but there were a lot of people that were like, for example, from Europe, that I don't think they understood the jokes. And actually, one person from I think he was from Italy volunteered, and he didn't understood anything. So that made the show actually funnier, because people were feeling bad for this person that was not understanding the jokes, and then he became kind of like the joke. So I mean, everything in the respectfully. It was respectful, but it was pretty funny. Then MSC also has movie Under the Stars. They will project at the main pool. Then it's nice. I mean, you cannot go wrong with that. They have performance at the atrium. Generally, in some other boats, you have big bands performing there. MSC kind of does just one or two persons performing, but to be honest, it was fine. I mean, that's not a place that you expect to see anyways, like a big performance put together. I mean, generally those are fill up, kind of ambience singers, and I'm I'm not putting it down. I'm just saying that it's a way of entertainment, very generalized, and a lot of people there are either preparing for their diner or visiting shops or just chilling. So it was good for what they intended to accomplish. They also had a rock band called On the Rocks. I forgot the name. It was like, oh my God, I had it in the tip. But they played at the back room at the back of the ship that is called Cabaret Rouge. And they were pretty good. They had it was an American group, and they played. They had theme nights, for example, rock night, and then 80s music, and then they had like pop music, and it was fun. I liked the group. They have a good vibe. They were very cheerful in the sense that a lot of people were very, standoffish, and they made the atmosphere, feel a little bit better. That at the end of their concerts, people were up dancing and clapping and participating, which sometimes is difficult to do, especially when you have different groups that like different things. So that was very enjoyable. That was nice. The spa, I think it's a big spa. They do a very good job keeping it clean. The problem, it has an outdoor area as well as an indoor, which is nice. The only problem is that it only has 3 ceramic chairs for how many guests? Oh, this one doesn't say. It's like 5,000 guests. 3 chairs. And a lot of people just come, leave their stuff in the chair, so they're not even using it, and they don't let anybody else use it. So I did a 15-day cruise, and I never got to use the ceramic chairs once, because, as I said, every time that I went to the spa, somebody had their things. They were not even laying on the bed. It was just their stuff laying there. So, consuming the heat and energy that those chairs are, delivering. So it didn't make any sense. I mean, I think MSC should do or put some signs or, advise the people that if they're not using those chairs, let anybody else's use it, for the time being. Carnival also, in this sense, in their spa, has signs that says to be, condescending with other guests, please use the ceramic chairs to a maximum of 40 minutes at a time. But yes, Carnival Mardi Gras has 10 ceramic chairs. This boat, that it's kind of similar in size, has only 3. So yeah, it's impossible to sit in one of those chairs. And I think MSC should know better, and they know that they only put 3 chairs, so they should have a system where people don't hoard those chairs. I even noticed that there was this lady that put her things early in the morning in the ceramic chair, and she left the spa to go and have breakfast. She came like 2 or 3 hours later to the spa, and she didn't even lay down on the ceramic chair. She went, to the sauna, and then she went to the thermal jacuzzi or the mineral pool. So in that sense, yeah, I think MSC should do something, because that's something that, if they offer it as part of their spa, they should deliver it too if you're paying for it. So that was something that I was a little bit disappointed. Besides that, the spa was fabulous. The steam rooms were nice. They have a snow room, which was pretty cool. They have, as I said, a hot tub also in an outside area, which is also nice because they kept it really really warm. So it was nice, like in at night or at dusk, if you went to the spa to dip in and just watch the stars with a really nice hot water jacuzzi. So that was pretty nice. Um, the spa again doesn't have a system where you swipe a key and it unlocks the door. The door is unlocked all the time. So also, I found some people that said, "Oh, I didn't even know that you had to pay for this, and we've been coming every day." So they again don't check who has paid for the spa or who doesn't. People just come in and get in and use it. So again, this ARIA package becomes very, very, uh, I will say, very questionable if you should get it at all. Because, as I said, I mean, you can get good cabin booking with Fantastica, and you don't have to pay that much. The ARIA priority boarding for us was awful. The experience at the ARIA Solarium or the Aurea deck was also not good in that sense that anybody could come. It was not exclusive for ARIA guests, as they make it sound. Sorry. And the spa, as I said, also was not locked. So they had no control because sometimes they were very busy at the central desk, taking care of customers. So people will just come and be curious of what it was, and then they notice that it was the spa and it was totally open, so they will just come and stay. As I said, I found a family that actually was using the spa for we were in our 5th day of the cruise, and they didn't even know that you had to pay extra to use the spa. That's how bad it is. And so I don't want to be negative on this. The overall experience in the MSC SeaShore for us was really good. I mean, we had a fun time. But I wish that if they pretend to sell you something, that they deliver what they're selling you. Otherwise, you feel cheated. You feel like, like they kind of trick you into give them money when what they promised was not delivered. So that's kind of the point where I'm going with this. But in general, the boat is beautiful. They kept it really well, very clean. The cabins are nice. The decoration of the boat is exceptional. And overall, our experience with MSC was pretty nice, pretty positive. Would we will sail again on MSC? Yeah, probably. I definitely liked it, and I would like to experience some of the other boats. And actually, I was after we disembarked. Actually, I was trying to book another cruise in their webpage, and the page, I don't know, has some problems with the cell phone. It wouldn't let you put all, like when it requests your name and your data and everything for the cruise. It didn't when it got stuck, the page, so you couldn't book. So I got so frustrated that I actually ended up checking for the Carnival celebration. So I'm gonna be doing the Carnival celebration, but I had in mind that I was gonna try the Meraviglia. And as I said, I tried multiple times to book it until I became very frustrated, and then I just went to the Carnival webpage and I was able to book it like super fast. So MSC, you need to step up your game if you really want to compete with these other cruise lines. You definitely have to do some things where you're kind of losing the battle. So in general, that's my experience on the MSC SeaShore. There's obviously, like any other cruise, you have nice people that you meet during your cruise, and there's also rude people that don't know how to behave or how to be polite especially when there's a culture shock, like people from the US and people from different continents, and sometimes their customs, like the way of, for example, at the bar, you will see who was there before you, and you will, you know kind of have an order to order your drinks, and you will let the people that were before you order first, obviously. But here it was like you were waiting there, and then this person would just sneak in, kind of push you out, and order her drinks. And the bartenders are so busy that they cannot keep track of who's next, so they just ask who's next, and these people just jump. So in that sense, it was a little bit chaotic too. There's when you want drinks, like in the poolside Carnival, for example, every time you order a drink, there's an incentive for the servers, because they bring you, you have to sign the little voucher, and generally you add a tip. So they are making money by bringing you beverages. But here, because MSC is not doing that, obviously the bar attendants, or the bar waiters that are around, the pool area or some of the public areas, uh, they really don't I think have a positive reinforcement to make a little bit of an extra effort to try to serve everybody. So yeah, getting your drinks sometimes can be difficult in this boat. The drinks were good. I think the price was fair, but as I said, to get a drink, it was a little bit, difficult. I don't know if they could come with a method of like grabbing a number and taking care of people by the number, or I don't know, having certain way or a line or whatever. But yeah, when you have too many cultures colliding, there's going to be these cultural differences that are really big, and if you don't manage those people accordingly, that will create that people will have fights, or they will become angry, or they will yell at each other. And as I said, every experience inside a boat counts, because you can have a wonderful cruise, but you have a really bad experience, and a lot of times that's the only thing you remember, that bad experience that you had during that time in that cruise. Like, for example, this experience that I had at check-in, it really has been one of the most humiliating experiences in my life, which I was to the point of ready of not taking the cruise. I was just, gonna let it be. That's how bad it was. I mean, she literally shoved the door in my face. Like, I still have a little bit of a bruise, because when she hit me, my nose became really, really inflamed. And I even went to customer service, but because she never provided me with her name, I was not able to pinpoint. I hope they can, see the cameras, or check on the cameras, because that's unacceptable. I mean, that could even be a lawsuit. So that's my experience at the MSC SeaShore. As I said, will I cruise again with MSC? I think yes, I will do it again. I enjoyed it. Their price, I think they're right now at a pretty fair deal, and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. So thank you for watching this video. The intention of this video is not to put down MSC, just to warn you if you're gonna take this cruise, because those are things that I didn't know, and if I knew beforehand, I will have probably taken different choices. Like, for example, this Aria kind of exclusive package that really doesn't deliver. And hope, if you're taking the SeaShore in the near future, to have fun and to enjoy it. It's a big ship. It's Seaside Evo class, 170,000 tons, big ship. And I mean, it's fun. It has something for everybody. Has very nice areas of the pool. Not everything is concentrated in one area. And one of the perks, or one of the things that I really liked, was it has little hot tubs here on the edges, which the seaside and I think the seaside and the sea view doesn't have. So that's really enjoyable. That's really nice to go and relax there. Um, Sometimes, of course, people can hoard those tubs too, and they will never come out, and then you cannot use it. But as I said, that's a problem that every boat has, and as the boats are getting bigger, of course, there's more people that want to use those facilities, so the problem becomes bigger, and that's for all cruise ships. All cruise ships that have really big boats. In the Mardi Gras, I saw also a couple of fights of people because, as I said, when you have more people and you don't direct them well or you don't planify well, people are just gonna collide and not resolve their issues in a peaceful way sometimes. So thank you for watching the video, and if I remember anything else, I'll post it. And hope you have a good sailing, a good cruise. I'll let you guys know how the carnival celebration goes, and I'll do another review. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye. Take care.